Welcome to the Carr and Seguin Show, hosted by Devon Carr and Paul Seguin, where two Michiganders dive into real estate, outdoors, community building, and everything in between.
Devon Carr,
What's going on, man?
what up, broski?
Not much, you?
Nothing. Chilling. Like a villain.
Right?
Yes, sir. Another day in the studio.
Yep.
It's always good to be here.
I would agree. Nice little break.
Yeah.
Get out of the office,
Yeah.
Get to hang out with some cool people.
That's right. Yeah.
Get to see your face.
You got this. You got the hunting scruff going, don't you?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, you always have a beard, though, don't you? You gonna grow it out though?
No.
You should.
It's too...
Can you grow it out?
Yeah.
Can it get real thick?
It gets really thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't... It doesn't go long. It goes more poof.
It curls up.
Yeah, it just curls up, and it's very dark.
Yes.
It's
so
a very dark beard.
So does mine.
I mean,
I've been told they're like, are you Arabic?
Yeah, I've gotten that. Yeah. I mean, I wish it was...
They can grow some very thick looking beards.
I wish it was more brown. Maybe when it gets a little more salt and peppery.
So when I grow mine out, I do get that red. Like
you get a little reddish tinge to
there's
it?
a red tinge in it. Like, it's more of like just the goatee area.
Okay.
But it does. It's red.
It's the Irish in you?
I have no Irish. I have no idea what is in me. Seriously, I get asked that all the time. As I've grown up, I've been called an Asian.
Okay.
Because when I smile, like my eyes squint. You can see that? They squint. What else? I've been recently, Walter, our client of ours, he thinks I'm Hispanic.
Okay.
Or Mexican or whatever.
Okay.
And don't worry, y'all, we're not racist. It's your, what's that word?
Ethnicity?
Yeah, that's just what it is. There's no changing that. What else?
We're just going over what people have said.
About me. Yeah. Talk about me all you want.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I can take it. I got pretty thick skin. Nickname Seguin the Penguin. That was a classic one through high school.
Okay.
Seguin the Penguin.
Did you coin that yourself? Or?
No, my brother from another mother. Fatty a call. If you're listening, what up, dude? He pegged that one on me.
Is that what his
first
name was?
Fatty.
That's his first name?
Fadi. Fatty.
Huh.
Yeah. He was one of my good buddies throughout.
That is definitely a name you do not
really
hear
more
very often.
Through college, beginning a couple years. Yeah, we hung out all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, he would always make the joke whenever we'd get together. He'd be like, "What up, Seguin the Penguin? Did you waddle your way over here?" I said, "Yes, I did." Yeah, I don't know. I did order. A friend of mine did it too for his family, and there's an Ancestry.com, but
right.
He recommended me to do DNA. Okay. I think it's another couple called DNA or something like that, where they go deeper or they do the testing differently. Where I don't know. He said, sorry, Ancestry.com. He said they're kind of more of a phony search.
The DNA or Ancestry?
Ancestry.
Okay.
Yeah. The DNA, whatever I forget what it's called. I don't remember it, but it's something with DNA.
Okay.
And I ordered it and I lost it, so I haven't done it yet.
Like
paid $100 for it.
How long ago did you lose it?
Oh, this was a couple years ago.
So
paid $100.
It's like gone.
Oh, I never even did it. It came in the mail. I even called them like, I got the test. I'm gonna do it, and then somehow lost. I think I lost it when we were moving because I think I just got it. So maybe it was just last year. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Because I got it right before we moved, and then we moved, and I'm like, oh. And then I remembered, I got to do that test because he even asked me, did you get your results back? I'm like, no, I never even did it. Let me just spend another $100.
Right, yeah.
Lose it again. But, no, I don't know. From what I understand from my mom and dad, we're pretty very much a mutt. Like, my mom's family is from Canada.
Okay.
But then her mom is from, Germany, so there's a whole mixture there. And then my dad's more, we're supposed to have some American Indian, but I don't know. A
Okay.
mix, mutt. And that's probably why. See, look at my beautiful face. That's
I
probably
would
why I
agree,
look
yeah.
like that.
Right. Well, normally your parents do have something to do with that.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Not enough to have free college, though.
Right.
Because that didn't happen. Still paying those stupid things off today.
Yeah. Well,
But, yeah. What are you?
I'm a mutt.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
You ever do any of those tests?
I do not.
No.
I don't really
Care.
Yeah, to be honest.
I am what I am.
Right. I mean, whatever I find out, it's not going to change anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still going to.
I got a lot of German, some Polish, and then my grandma was French Canadian.
Yeah. I love Polish food.
I do too.
Dude. Pierogies? Yes, please. Kielbasa,
Punchkis.
punchkis. I mean, dude, they know how to eat right.
Oh yeah.
They don't do that wrong.
Go a little ham tramik.
Yeah.
Get some Polish food.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm going back up to Legs In again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
When you
buddy.
going?
Next Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. Going back up. Now this time it's with Jess's family.
Okay.
And so with her sister, one of my nieces has more of a food allergy, so we don't go too out much when we travel with them.
Okay.
It's a lot of home cooked meals
Yep.
and picnics and stuff, which is fine. It's fun too.
Right. Yeah.
But so Thursday on the way up, Jess and I were talking like we should take, because they're not leaving till later. We're gonna leave as soon as we can, which it's always funny. For those of you who have kids and you know this scenario plays out every time whenever you're trying to travel with kids. You always have the goal in your mind of like, we're leaving the crack of dawn. We're on the road. And then what happens? 10:30, 11:30 rolls around, and we're just now getting on the road. It's like, gosh. No, so that's my goal. Like I'm like, this is the time it's gonna happen. We've done it maybe once, not as early as we were hoping, but it was like, okay, we got 9 o'clock, we're good.
Right. Yeah.
No, I want to be on the road by 8, so that we can make it to Legs In for lunch.
Ah.
Because they're not going up till later. We're gonna try and leave early as possible. Try.
Yep.
And then get there for lunch. Enjoy Legs In. Cannot wait. The taste of Poland. If you go to Legs In Cross Village, you better get the taste of Poland with the extra. There's a side, Hunter's soup or Hunter's sausage, something like that.
Something with Hunter.
Yeah, I think it's Hunter sausage, where they add it to it. It's a struggle to finish it, but I lick it clean. You have to.
What is it?
It's everything. Pierogies,
Okay.
kielbasa, stuffed cabbage. What else do they got on it? Dude, it's like everything you can imagine for Polish food. And it is.
So it's like it's like
whole platter.
it's a whole platter.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a
That's why it's like
barbecue
$30.
restaurant, you get the brisket, the chicken,
You get it
the
all.
sausage,
Yeah, you're like, I can't
the
just have
ribs.
one.
Well,
Give me it all.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
It's-
There's no way. I'll pull it up in a second here.
When you go to a new restaurant, barbecue place, you gotta try everything.
It's funny. So we're going out this week to celebrate our 7th year anniversary.
Yep.
Like we finally got my mom locked down for a date
Babysitting?
night. Yeah,
Yep,
babysit.
okay.
So it's funny. Jess will always say this whenever we have a planned date. She's like, no barbecue.
Right. Yep. We've talked about that
I know.
before. Yeah.
So today she's like, no. I'm like, well, no, what? And she's like, you know exactly what I'm
Right.
talking about. And my first place is always Smokehouse 52.
Yep.
in
Chelsea.
Yeah. She's like, not going. I'm like, that was on the front of my mind.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
I
telling
was just gonna surprise you.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, hey, we're just gonna go for a drive. Where are we
Yeah.
going? I don't know.
Yeah.
And she'll know instant, like, you're on North Territorial. We're not going to Smokehouse 52. It's just good. That's another good spot too. Right here, Polish. Oh, that's the lunches. Lunch. Taste of Poland. So this popular assortment includes generous. It's true, generous servings. It's like huge servings. So you got stuffed cabbage, kielbasa, Polish smoked sausage with old-fashioned Polish-style sauerkraut and choice of pierogies, either Polish-style and Polish-style dumplings. See, then I add They always have, so it doesn't have it on the website, but there's always something you can add to it.
It's one of those secret things that
it
only
must be at the restaurants.
the regulars know about.
No, there's something. Hunter's, it's that Hunter's thing I was just talking about. Where's it at?
To get rid of it?
No. I am pissed, though, at Carl's Cabin.
Why?
It's another one of my
What
favorite.
happened?
They still have not brought back the Polish platter.
Ah.
They kind of have a very similar dish.
Okay.
And it's, I mean, Hunter's stew. That's what it is. Which is delicious, slow-cooked. Hunter's stew consists of mixed cuts of beef, pork, and Polish sausage, simmered in our own sauerkraut and mushrooms.
Ooh.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's good.
It sounds good.
Yeah. So it's like a main dish, and you can add it for like $2 or something.
Okay.
So I'm like, yes, just add
Right.
it.
I'll
It's
take
good.
a bowl, please.
Heck yeah. That place is just cool, man. It is cool. The whole inside, it's got animals all over, all different kinds. I mean, you could just see it. Like, there's huge bucks, there's coyotes, there's bears, there's moose, there's elk, mountain lions. I mean, the whole inside is just the cabin. Can you get in? Oh, it's like you got a little interactive little thing here.
You can chat with someone.
No. There's Zotar. You know that, like, little arcade genie? Ask Zoltar.
Oh, yeah.
They got one of those in there. Always freaks out the kids because it is a little freaky looking. As you walk by, it's like, Zoltar.
Right. Give me your money.
Yeah. But, no, sir, I'm pumped. Pumped! See, I told you it's our favorite place. We go there all the time.
Well, we'll have to wait and hear how it was.
Camping again at Mill Creek Campground.
Okay. Not too bad. It'll be a nice weekend then.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's supposed to be only like mid-60s.
That's fantastic.
It's perfect.
Fantastic.
Sweatshirts.
You can't beat it.
Coffee all day. Let's roll.
Campfire at night,
Oh, yeah.
and you're not sweating.
That's like the best. Yeah, when it gets down to 50s
Yeah,
at night
right.
and you're actually wanting to be close to the fire and feel the warmth.
I know. When it was like
Yes.
lows in the high 70s, we saw our neighbor. Our neighbors were gone, but they had someone watching their house, and they were out there. They had a campfire going, and it was like 70-something degrees. It was like, oh, my gosh. How are you sitting
And the
next to a fire?
mosquitoes.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
That's always,
Yeah.
especially this year. I mean, they're just really bad. Seems to be winding down a little bit. It's not as bad.
Little bit.
Not as bad.
We can get some of them
But
thunderstorms
this
to
year
go
with
away.
I know.
It's like once it starts to dry out, then all of a sudden severe thunderstorms are going to pop up.
This past week has been stupid. It goes like low 70 for high, and then 87.
Right.
Thunderstorms, 75, 87,
Right.
75. It's like, that's so Michigan, right? Like, our weather. Never can make its mind up. When it's transitioning from season, it's like, no, we're still here. Oh, wait,
Right,
no,
yep.
no, we're going fall. Oh, wait, no, summer's still here. Oh, no, fall. It's like, dude, just freaking make your mind up.
Right.
It's probably just because we're surrounded by water.
Possibly.
It's kinda
Some would
messy.
probably say that it has something to do with it.
Who was it you who I was telling this to, or somebody else? Because we live so close to the dump.
It's not me.
No?
No, but I'm looking forward to this story.
So we live by a dump. Not like by it. It's just close by.
Right.
And dumps, they're like a decent little hill.
Yeah.
And so
Well, Alpine Valley, the ski resort,
It used
and
to be a
Highland,
dump,
and
yeah.
White Lake used to be a dump.
yeah. And they get tall. And so the one by our house is a decent little, let's call it a Michigan mountain, right? 'Cause
Okay,
we don't have
yeah.
mountains in Michigan. I mean, at least the southern part of Michigan we don't. But I've been starting to think that because it seems like when storms come in and stuff, like they literally like miss us all the time.
Okay.
They either go to the north or the south or something. And I'm like, yeah, because I think it's the dump.
Protected by the dump.
Yeah. I think like the smells of the dump or the chemicals that is just giving off in the air. Just the storms don't even want to go by. They're like, nope, we'll go right
Just
around
part,
this.
just part the seas.
Yeah. Yeah,
You never know. It could be.
That could be.
it.
You know, just the dump that saves us from storms.
Right, yeah.
Well, it was like yesterday. We're supposed to get those. I mean, it was all day because I have a TV down. You know, my office is in the basement. There's a TV there. And it was like constant. Severe weather authority.
Right.
And it's like we got a little wind and some rain.
Yeah.
It's like, geez Louise. It's like,
It's the dump.
it's the dump.
I like that theory.
Yeah. I think it pushes the storms away and parts the clouds.
We're gonna have to get Kevin Jeans on here to explain it for
Who's
us.
that?
He's the weatherman for Channel 7.
Oh, yeah. Let's get him on. See if, could a dump hill alter the weather?
Right.
Like, do we have our own rain dance machine that helps us avoid these storms? But, so, yeah, obviously it wasn't you.
Nope. But I'm glad we talked about it, though. I mean,
I was telling someone, I'm like, no, I got it. I got the ultimate weather deflector.
Right.
The dump.
the dump.
I love it. Grayson loves it. Every time I go to the dump, Dad, I want to come. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's go to the dump. I wish, though, they used to, I suppose I was told that they used to let you go to the top of the hill to dump your garbage,
Okay.
like in the day. And I've always wanted to, I want to try to see if I can find a way, like make a fake pass or something and say, yeah, I gotta go check, I gotta talk to Roger up there. We got a problem at our other dump off of 275.
Just to get to the top?
I just want to go up there because my father-in-law, he's been up there before. I guess at some point they would let you go up to dump certain things.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, he's like, you could see forever.
Just
It's a decent hill. He's like, you can see Ann Arbor, you can see Detroit clearly. Like, it's a view. And I'm like, that's all I want to see. I just want to see the view.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's one of your lifelong
bucket
goals?
list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
to the top of the 5-mile dump.
All right.
So if anybody listening
that
works for GFL and frequently visits the dump in Salem Township, call me.
Right, and can get
If
Paul
you're-
to the top.
Yeah, if you're doing like a drive-by, like, hey, I got to go to the top.
Right.
I'm the dump truck or something. Just scoop me up, and then have an extra vest in your truck. I'll put it on. I'll make me look legit and just take me to the top of that hill for 2 seconds. I just want to see the view.
Right.
But it's got to be a sunny day. Don't call me if it's cloudy.
Yeah. I want to see everything.
Exactly. Got to be a nice clear blue day.
You probably want to do it in the fall,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I gotta imagine there's some trees you can see.
Oh no, it's a decent sized hill.
Well, I mean, like
Those
your
trucks.
view.
I mean,
There's
even-
gotta be trees in the view, so you don't want to do it in the winter because all you'd see is white. And
It's
buildings.
true. Yeah, you're talking like the fall colors.
Yeah, so you
That'd
get
be-
the fall colors.
You're smart.
I'm just trying to,
You're
I'm
smart.
just trying to make
You're
the
looking-
best. So
good
when
look-
you get
good
your
looking out.
chance, we want to make sure we get it all, no regrets.
Honestly, if anybody knows somebody, I want to get to the top of that hill. Hook me up, guys. Hook me up.
Have you ever asked? Just
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah,
they say?
They're like, no, we don't. You got to have, you got to be like, a dump truck or associated with the GFL
okay.
contract or something. She's like, she even said it. She's like, yeah, we used to let even residents, because all the residents, like our taxes pays
Right.
for that. Or I think just living in the township, I don't know. I don't think we pay for it. I think they just allow us, being residents of the township that it's located in, to dump there for free.
Okay.
I think that's how it is. I don't know. Maybe I do pay for it, but I got a blue card that lets me in at least the residential dump.
Okay.
But it's at the bottom of the hill,
And you want to go?
and
to
you
the
can
top.
look. I mean, dude, you look up and you see those monster trucks, man. They look small. I'm like, that's a decent little hill. It should. I mean, it's probably got to be at least, I don't know, maybe a little like 5,000 or 1,000-foot hill.
Okay.
I would think. I mean, they look tiny. Like
The equipment up there looks tiny.
yeah, the trucks, man, they don't look big. Like it's a decent little drive up, I'm sure. A little windy. I don't know. Hopefully one day,
Yep.
before I kick the bucket.
Right.
Because according to Jess, we're going to die at this house. So I got the rest of my days on this earth to try to make this happen.
Right.
So if anybody wants to make it happen before I get too old,
Right.
call me.
We're gonna have to start a page or something. Get Paul to the top.
A GoFundMe to get Paul to the top of a dumbbell. Johnny, you'll contribute, right?
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
I certainly would.
Yes.
I think you might be able to contact like the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Right.
Let's not go that far.
Not asking for much. Just want to get to the
Just
top.
want a dump truck ride to the top of a hill. It's not much.
Oh shit.
No.
That's funny.
So we were pre-show. We were talking about some critters.
Yep.
Johnny was venting about his frustrations for groundhogs.
Yeah.
Which is true, by the way. Actually, we've had some really bad groundhogs in our old Livonia house, and I had fun. I borrowed my brother's high-powered BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being in Livonia, I don't need to be shooting off powerful rifles and getting called on the cops.
Probably frown upon that.
A little bit. But, hey, I got super accurate with that BB gun. I mean, I had it lasered in to exactly,
where you wanted it.
Yeah, dude, I was popping them right in the head and boom. Dude, I was money. For a while there, it was like, what the heck is going on? And I finally was like, all right, I need to zero this in. So I set up a target and started just shooting, you know, and like, oh, it's hitting a little high. So I pull it down. Boom. And then it was lights out. It's like they knew that their buddies were dying.
Stuff together.
Yeah, it's like they knew that their brothers and sisters were just getting clipped in the backyard of Paul Sequin's house. So like they started showing up a little less.
Well.
But then I got the big one, so I think that's probably what scared them too. Like, oh, mommy and daddy are gone.
Well, they are
That's right,
destructive.
sucker. Dude, they were like Johnny was saying, they had this hole underneath the back end of my garage, in the shed. There was holes everywhere, and then it just was like, yeah, they just tear it up.
Yeah.
Big time.
And we were watching. You ever watch that show? What is it? Like the Game Warden show. It's on Animal Planet.
Yeah.
And they were in Maine, I think it was. And these people had this house. It had a walkout basement, and there was like a little retaining wall from the walkout to the yard. It was maybe a couple foot space, maybe.
Yeah.
And they got this call that there was a porcupine that fell off the retaining wall, and that it was injured, and they were going essentially go there and put it out of its misery.
All right.
Well, they go up to it. They get there, go up to it, and it's a groundhog. and the people and the Warrens are like, yeah, that's not a porcupine. That's a groundhog.
That's a groundhog. Completely looking different.
Totally different.
Yeah. Porcupine, you will know that's a porcupine.
So
their whole needles are sticking out and different.
Right.
Groundhog's
one's
just
pretty much black,
ugly.
the other one's brown.
Yeah. Completely different.
And she was like right there looking at it. It's not like she caught a glimpse of it or something.
Clearly, she's like, never seen a porcupine in her life.
Right. And it was like, oh my. Oh
just,
my.
Your problem solved.
They let it go away. It just walked away.
Me?
But it
it's
was
a
like,
groundhog. Just
like,
kill the sucker.
How do you not realize they're totally
different looking animals.
Totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you been?
No. They taught that's like first grade crap.
Right.
This is a porcupine looks like. Have you
watched a movie?
What's that? Homeward Bound
or Groundhog's Day?
Groundhog's Day. They all have porcupines in them. I only remember Homeward Bound because kids are obsessed with that right now.
Oh, they are.
The dog movie. Yeah, they get. But that's where what's his name? The white dog gets he runs after a porcupine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just gets it all in his cheeks or whatever.
Yeah, they're nasty. Those porcupines are nasty.
I don't want to deal with them. No way.
No, but then we had what was it, couple more weekends ago. We were sitting there watching TV at probably like 11 o'clock at night. The windows were open, so it would have been a few weekends ago because it was nice evening. You didn't have to run the air conditioner.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we start hearing this noise. And Mac's room's right behind us. And we're like, is that Mac? Is he making noises in there?
He climb out of the crib.
Yeah, and we're listening, and it's like, no, that's not him. And then all of a sudden we hear it closer to our window. So Becca goes out. She walks over to the window, and all of a sudden she hears a meow. And I was like, oh. So she shined her light through the screen, and she goes, oh, it's the neighbor's cat, Barry. And I think they just got Barry, too. And it's like, oh, okay. So she shut off her light, and she turned around, and that cat just, like, exploded and jumped right on the screen.
No way! Are you serious?
It scared the shit out of us.
It's like, she's like, no, let me in.
I know you're home now.
Yeah. It's a sort of abandoned house. Get me inside.
Oh, gosh.
I can't stand cats.
I'm not.
I hate cats.
They take care of the mice.
Yeah,
They do.
There's a lot of other things that take care of mice.
I don't like snakes. I know they do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a snake. Snakes and spiders are my two bugaboos.
You don't like spiders?
No, I don't do
Who
that.
kills the spiders then?
Becca does.
No!
If I have my salt gun, I'll shoot the spiders if I have a salt gun. But I don't do spiders. Snakes and
Oh
spiders.
my gosh. That's hilarious. Jess she won't even go close to a spider. We've had some I'm sure you're out in the country too. There's some decent sized.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, I was at a showing. Did I ever tell you this? I was showing a house for a couple.
Okay.
And the owner, it was one of those situations where the owner was there and they let you in.
Mm-hmm.
This dude had 2 tarantulas. He goes, you want to hold them? I'm like, no. I mean, I'm not afraid of spiders, but like to see something just that big and then the big legs and they just go, like all 8 of them. Just,
Not
like,
for me. Not for me.
He's like, she don't bite. I'm like, bullcrap.
Yeah.
She might not bite you because she knows your smell, but when she senses my little anxiety, fear, and a new person's skin, I'm sure it's going to test it and say, oh, what's this guy doing? It's just, yeah.
That's not for me.
But no, there's some gnarly spiders that we've had. Gnarly. I mean, there's wolf spiders. Those get pretty big.
Yep.
But they're not poisonous or anything, but they're big.
Yep. Brown recluses.
Yeah, those are poisonous.
Yep.
Or black widows. There's only 2 poisonous spiders in Michigan. Black widow, which hang around wood.
Yep.
And then the brown lucose.
Recluse.
Recluse. I've never seen one of those. You always, because there's so many brown spiders, though, you're like, is this a brown?
Yeah.
Is this a brownie?
Yeah.
And you always freak out.
Well, I mean, those two, the wolf and the brown recluse, I mean, I think those are 2 of the well-known ones. So, like, every time you see a brown spider, is it a brown? That's got to be a wolf.
Because the wolves are brown.
Yeah.
The wolf have that distinctive long legs. Like, the front and the 2 are really long. So that's how you know it's a wolf one. Because I think the brown recluse is a little different. They're, like, more rounded. Where the wolves are more long.
Okay.
But they're big. I had one the other day. I was outside. I think it was just by the fire, and I came in to get probably more coffee or something, and I kind of just out of the corner of my eye, as I was walking into the back door of the garage, I just see something move, and I'm like, oh, hey, that's a big daddy right there. And so I'm like, hey, Jess, what? Come here. Just knowing that she freaking
You're going to
hates him.
want to see this.
I'm like, no, come here. I need help. Like, I was like, I need more wood. I need help. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, I stopped her and I turned around. She's like, you're such a jerk. I'm like, why? Just had to do it. Just chilling there. I mean, it was right on the brick and everything. I mean, it was gnarly. Ugh. And then, of course, she gets all mad because I tried to kill it. And it was like kind of in the wedge between the 2 bricks. And the mortar was like a little in, and I'm like, well, I got to just try to smack at it. So I had a water bottle. It was empty, and I figured, they like crunch.
Right.
I mean, I got him a little bit. You can tell he was like all squinched, kind of curled up when he ran away, but I didn't.
You weren't successful.
No, not 100%. But I don't know. If I got him good enough, it's like you don't think he's going to survive that if I squished him.
Right.
But he got away.
Yeah, Mac's going to be our killer. I mean, he's got his own fly swatter, and I swear that's one of his favorite toys. He just walks around with that thing, just swatting everything. So he's going to be my protector.
Oh, man.
For the spiders.
I told her just that. I'm like, we're going to the country. There's more bugs. It's just more bugs. We're in the woods now.
Right.
There's going to be more bugs and more spiders. She's like, well, that means only you're going to do it more.
Okay.
You got to figure it out a little bit here. To do it. What are you going to do when I'm like gone and there's just this daddy?
Right.
I think she is like Grayson. But he doesn't like me.
Right.
She's conditioned them all to be like, Spider! Dad!
One of you kids come here and kill this.
Yeah. No, that's Daddy's job. I'm not doing it. That's Daddy's job.
Yeah. You'll hang out till Dad gets home.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah, man.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing about how your legs in trip was.
Oh, dude, it's always gonna be fabulous. But yeah, I can't wait to share the how well the Polish platter.
Right.
The taste of Poland. Carl's Cabin calls it the Polish platter. Legs in is the taste of Poland. Yeah. Can't wait for it. Making me hungry, man.
I know.
Hungry. Such good food. Such good food. Well, yeah. I think you got anything else?
No.
Cool.
No, covered it all.
Well, hunting season's coming up.
Yep. It's Deer Week.
Right.
So when you hear
Yeah,
this,
start.
Deer Week will be over.
Right on Outdoor Channel?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Outdoor and Sportsman.
It's 2:16 for me on Spectrum. Outdoor Channel. I was actually been watching the show that you watch, Red Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show. I like it.
He's got the best for the advertisements. His sponsors.
Yes!
They are hilarious.
His commercials.
Oh, they are awesome.
It is. When I first started, the first show I watched, I'm like, is he really doing this right now?
Right.
I'm like, and then you were like, oh, he does this for all of his sponsors.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Dude, it's perfect.
It's well thought out.
Heck yeah. That's the best way to do it.
Right.
Just put a spin on it, instead of everybody else just like, here's our sponsors, and they just run through all the logos. And
Right, yeah.
No, I mean, you got to think his sponsors are like more appreciative. Like you actually
He gives them a spot.
Yeah.
And he creates something witty.
Right.
Funny with
Oh, it's funny.
They're hilarious.
They are. They are good. They are good. No, and it's just a good show too.
Yeah, he's a family guy. He's not all about, obviously he shoots big deer, but he shoots little ones too, and he's just as happy about it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's meat, man. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Some beef. Some nice venison cuts. Mm-hmm. Some jerky. Some sausage. Jalapeno. Yeah, that's my favorite. The season is upon us.
Yep.
That time of the year again.
Too much to do, not enough time.
Never. Ever enough. And it comes so fast. Especially the rifle. It's like 2 weeks. Done.
Right.
But it's good times. Well, until next time, everybody, stay classy. Detroit. Ron Burgundy. How now, brown cow.
Right.
Unique New York. Supposed to do that at the very beginning. Unique New York. All right, we're on tune. Let's go. Roll
Right,
it.
yeah.
Let's roll. Whiskey go down into my belly.
Good.
You poop mouth, Ron Burgundy. You will read anything you put on that prompter. Anything. That shows it. That movie's hilarious.
That is one of the greats.
Anchorman. That's great. Might be the movie of choice tonight. All right. Well, hey. I'm Paul Seguin with eXp Realty.
I'm Devon Carr with Gold Star Mortgage.
And this is the Carr and Seguin Show.
Bye.
See you.
The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast series do not constitute legal or professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender.